Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Tuesday for those of you who are on the other side of the world. Um, so we got through it. We got through the big conjunction. I mean, I think that a lot of people kind of expected for like the world to implode or something, or like something really, really big to happen. But if you have been paying attention to the news out there, there are a lot of structures that are breaking down right now. And I mean, like the US, the UK, um, Australia, the fires are burning out of control and nobody really knows what to do. I mean, there's so much chaos that's going on in the world. I'm not saying all of this to fear monger anybody. I just want you guys to see, like, just become aware that even in if your small world isn't changing, there's a lot of things that are happening in the world right now. And to flow with how things are going is the right way to do stuff. If we fight against the current of how things, like, I'm sort of just sitting back and paying attention and seeing, like, I know I don't need to insert myself here. I know I don't need to insert myself here. I'm just going to stay in my lane and do what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's it. I know in my world how things are changing. I know in my world how this is affecting me. If you want to find out how this is going to be, because this is something that we're going to be dealing with all year, this energy, because later on in the year, we have another great conjunction in December. And in between, we have eclipses. We have Saturn moving into Aquarius. We have Saturn going into retrograde, moving back into Capricorn, finishing off its transit in Capricorn, and then going back into Aquarius again in December. So we have a lot of stuff that is happening cosmically this year that relates directly to this Saturn and Pluto conjunction. And yeah, so a lot of things on that side. If you do want to see how this transit is going to affect you, I do have astrology services. I don't know why I lost my train of thought for like a split second and then came back. Spirit has been downloading messages really, really heavy in the last couple of days to me. So my ADD is even worse than it usually is. So bear with me. But yeah, so I have astrology services. I did add 2 new services to that astrology services because I'm noticing, like, I've been having people ask me, do you do a specific personal astrology reading for like work, career, and your purpose in life? Yes, now I do. And I did before, but it was sort of like wrapped up in the mini astrology reading. And if you wanted to like look at so now I have 2 services that are specifically directed to love and relationship and work and career. The love and relationship one is not a synastry. This is not to see how you and another person are matched up or compatible with each other. That's not what this is. The love and relationship one is to see, because you can look in your birth chart and see like who your ideal person actually is. And a lot of times you are attracting or you are looking at the opposite of who your ideal person, or maybe maybe the people that you're attracting have a couple of these qualities. Like I know in my birth chart, my ultimate partner, my divine partner, is somebody who would most likely be in the public eye. I am going to possibly either meet through work, friends, or like in a community type thing, probably a group community. And they're going to be more outgoing than me, but similar to who I am. That's what I know about my partner by looking at my chart. And I sort of have an idea, like there are other little clues in there, but that's just kind of a small, short little snippet of that. And so both of those are available. Of course, your report would be much longer than that short little 30-second telling you about like, it's not going to be a 30-second report, I promise. Okay, and I do have some reading openings available. So if you need to get a personal reading with me, I actually have like openings on Wednesday and Friday next week, not this week, next week. My $30 one question readings are available as well. Those are 10-minute videos, and I'll be sending those out this coming weekend. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else before we like get into everything. I think that's it, you guys. If you have any questions about any of my services, please don't hesitate to ask. You can always email me or find me on Twitter or Instagram, whatever. So Venus moved into Pisces today. I am still posting the daily chart update and the card of the day on the community tab in Instagram and Twitter. If you're following me in any of those, I mean, obviously you are on YouTube if you're watching this video, but you can get updates on the energy and stuff that way as well if you're not able to watch the entire video. But Venus moves into Pisces today. The moon moved into Virgo. And actually, I think Venus is moving into Pisces in literally just a couple of minutes. And I can already tell. I can already feel, because we've had some really harsh energies. Like, it's been heavy. Especially for those of you that have had really close aspects to that Saturn and Pluto conjunction. And then today, the sun kind of went on the same track as Mercury did a couple of days ago. The sun went on the same track and met up with Pluto and then met up with Saturn. So we had the sun exact conjunct Saturn and Pluto this morning, all before noon today, with Venus moving into Pisces and the moon going into Virgo. Things are happening really, really fast. Things are changing really, really fast. You might feel a little bit softer today, but there's still sort of an urgency to get things done. With that moon in Virgo, she's going to be trining in the next 2.5 days while she's in Virgo. She's going to be trining all of this business going on. You know, the moon is going to trine Jupiter. The moon is going to trine the north node, the moon, or the south node. The moon is going to trine Saturn, Pluto, the sun, Mercury, all of the planets that are currently in Capricorn, and Uranus is in Taurus. Direct. Everything is direct. So there's still this urgency to get things done, very mutable, very cardinal energy happening right now. And then Venus moves into Pisces, and Pisces is, you gotta love a Pisces Venus. I know a couple of people that have their Venus in Pisces, and they're really very sweet people, but they fall in love very, very easily. I can already sort of feel like the soft moving into, you know, but whenever the moon is in a water sign for me, I tend to have the feels a little bit deeper just because I don't have a lot of water in my chart. So I think I take a lot of that watery energy on when it moves into when the moon moves into the water sign. You may, even with Virgo moon in Pisces, you may even want to like speak how you feel. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, right? And the moon is going to be opposite Venus also as it moves into Pisces, like immediately opposite. So you may really like want to spill your guts, like all of the affections, and just start telling people how amazing they are and how much you love them. Be careful with that energy. You could probably tell the wrong person how much you love them right now and ruin and foil all of your plans. I'm only talking to a few of you. You know who you are. Okay. So, sorry, I'm kind of stuffy. Like the last 2 days I've been really stuffy, but the weather's weird. I mean, it's not weird. It's freezing. The weather is freezing here. And, yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay. You know, and it's funny with this Venus into Pisces transit, some of you are realizing how much you actually do want to be in a relationship. If you're not currently in a relationship, some of you might even be meeting the person right now. But here's I feel like everybody is sort of like, as we end January, I'm not end January. We still have like 2 weeks left of January. It's almost as if this Saturn and Pluto conjunction happened and like January didn't exist until today. It's like, can we just like delete January 2020 from the record books and like just keep moving? I mean, why not? Let's do that now. But A lot of you are, it's almost as if you're writing a new chapter. That's what it feels like with the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Moon. And there may be a very daydreamy with this Venus in Pisces, Moon in Virgo. You may be daydreaming a lot about who you want to be with or who you want to share your life with, who you want your partner to be. And that is considered planting the seeds with the Seven of Pentacles. Now, Venus is going to go into retrograde later on in this year. Hold on one second for me, guys. I'm sorry. Hold on. Sorry, I could not blow my nose on camera. It's like I cannot do that. Okay. So Venus is going to go into retrograde later on this year, and we're going to have a time then to really reassess, and it's going to be in Gemini. And so, you know, who rules Gemini? Mercury. So Venus is when it goes into retrograde in Gemini later this year, we're going to have an opportunity to sort of reassess our love lives, but we haven't really been thinking about it much in the last, I mean, some of us may have been, but it's like, I know for me personally, like I'm not on the romantic, like I'm not even thinking about that, or I haven't been thinking, that hasn't been my focus. And the reason why is we all know that there's improvements that we need to make in our own personal lives before we bring other people into it, right? And so some of you are realizing, how I made all those improvements. Things are going really well, or things are starting to feel a little bit better. And now I can start to plant the seeds and envision my future with somebody else, somebody different, somebody new, somebody that is, feels more like home, right? Four of Wands. Feels more stable, feels more grounded, it feels right. It's not, and although Venus in Pisces is more of the illusion when it comes to love, it's still like that soft, we need this, is what I'm trying to get. We need this time of being able to soften ourselves a little bit. Because it has been so very harsh. So allow yourself to dream. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. Don't get attached to that dream. Don't create a dream or an illusion in your head about who you want to be with, about what you want your life to look like or your partnership to look like so much. Don't get so much attached to the dream or the illusion that you forget about the reality. That's where we can often find ourselves with Venus and Pisces, is we forget about the reality of the situation when we're off in dreamland and wanting to see the best, right? Venus and Pisces is like the best of a situation, right? So it does really feel like some of us are softening ourselves into the idea of either wanting to be in a partnership or kind of changing your idea of what that means for you. So let's see what the Ace of Pentacles is. This could be a brand new stable relationship coming into your life. Some of you really may have, and some of you just feel it coming. There's that Pisces. There's that, the High Priestess represents Pisces. And see, that's the thing, is Venus, this transit for you may also represent that you know that person is coming. That stable relationship or that stable commitment is coming. If you're already in a commitment, you can see how things are becoming stable, or you can start to feel how things are changing and becoming a little bit more stable for you. Let's see what the Two of Cups is. And now this isn't going to be for everybody. I know that there were a lot of endings from this Saturn and Pluto conjunction, and for some of you that meant relationship endings. Okay. So either you represent the King of Pentacles, or the person that you want in your life represents the King of Pentacles. It's almost as if this time frame for you, for some of you, you are creating the qualities. It's almost as if, because the qualities of the person it's changed for you. You know, like when you go through your awakening, when you go through the big having to heal yourself and to really see what it is about you that needs to flow with the universe a little more, needs to change, needs to open up, possibly, and not be so shut down or not be so closed-minded. When you realize all of that, your idea of your perfect mate also changes, you know, and it's not often that we realize before the awakening what we truly need in life. Like the person that I was attracted to pre-awakening versus who I would be attracted to today is like night and day. Like if you looked at both of my ex-husbands, you'd be like, really, Betsy? Them? Are you sure? And not that they're bad men, because they're wonderful. I'm not knocking on my ex-husbands. They're perfectly lovely individuals. But I met the first one when I was 21. I met the second one when I was 30. That was literally 20 years ago and 10 years ago. Okay? So and I've evolved so much from that little girl that there's absolutely no way that I would be able, like, I love my ex-husbands dearly. They are wonderful fathers. And I will always love them. But there's absolutely no way I would be in a relationship with them today. No. And that's okay. You know, it's okay for me to say that has dramatically changed in my life. And I'm laughing because, again, you guys know that when I say uncomfortable things, like, my heart, you know, I love them so much, right? I don't want to say anything negative about it, but it's so uncomfortable for me to say, yeah, I wouldn't choose them today. I wouldn't do that. So, the moon, and you have to forgive yourself for that too, you know, because I didn't know. How would I have known, you know? And some people come together in relationships and are together, the people that are together for 25, 30, 40 years, they evolve with each other. And the only reason why I couldn't stay in the marriages that I was in, when I was in them, is because I was evolving, and I was evolving really, really fast. And that was my journey, you know? So you have to forgive yourself for what you chose in the past and because see what I mean? Because I think there's like a fear of for a lot of you, of wanting to envision a different kind of life for yourself, or envision having a person in your life. That 10 of Swords on the moon, and just because you don't know what's coming doesn't, like, I feel like the worst is over. The worst in relationships for a lot of you is over. You've learned your lessons. You've learned the karma that you're supposed to be going through in this life. And I feel it, and I understand deeply that you're done. You know, you're like, okay, I can't, it's so hard, right? It's so hard. But if you're finding yourself scared to even imagine being in a new relationship or being with somebody right now, you're not ready, and you need to allow yourself some more time to heal. The fact that I can look back into my past and laugh, because you guys, you don't know. You don't know what I had to go through. But the fact that I can look back and say that I love those men dearly and laugh at my past, that means that I've healed. I'm not holding it back anymore. Yes, I may get uncomfortable talking about it, but that's because it's a very personal thing for me. But I recognize that it was a journey that I had to take, you know? And so when we look at our past and we look at the things as a way to heal ourselves and our wounds, and not as a burden anymore, then we can start manifesting 7 of Pentacles. Then we can start feeling like, man, I can feel safe. I can feel secure. I can feel grounded. And you know what you want. You know what you're trying to manifest now. And you know that it is in alignment with who you are. You might be trying to manifest a Virgo energy. It looks like some of you might be trying to manifest a Virgo energy. But the Hermit on the 7 of Pentacles, when you're manifesting, when you're planting your seeds, and when you're allowing, you need to look at this as a journey as well. You need to look at the manifestation process as a journey as well. It's not necessarily like you want to be able to focus and be very intentional with what you're manifesting, but make sure it is aligned to your purpose, right? That's what the Hermit is doing here. Making sure that it is aligned to your purpose. And again, you know, you can plant the seeds and manifest all you want, but if you're staying to yourself and you're not getting out in the world and you're not presenting yourself, you know, if you're not putting your energy out there, you don't even have to like go out in public. If you're not putting your energy out there with anybody ever, I keep telling everyone, it's not going to be the pizza or Chinese. It's not going to be the door dasher showing up at your door. That's not your soulmate. Get out. So, you know, it's so funny when I have to tell people that. It's like, why are you just staying by yourself? Why are you just, if you want to meet someone and then you tell me, but I'm not getting out very often. And also remember that wintertime, we don't want to get out. It's too damn cold. You don't have to force it. You can plant the seeds. I almost want to say some of you are writing lists about what you want. You want to manifest through writing it down, the kind of relationship that you want to have. Now, here's the other thing is I feel like for a lot of you, what you're doing is manifesting that divine partner. It's like, you're like, I'm going to manifest my person. I'm going to manifest my divine partner. That's who I want in my life. I don't want anybody else. Okay? So I want you to know that when you do that, 6 of Cups on the 4 of Wands. When you do that, sometimes the universe gets really cute and starts to send us tests, if you will. And it's not that you don't have compatibility with the people. It's not that you don't have the connection with the person that's being sent to you. But it's like, this person is perfect. It's everything that you asked for, but they're taken. They're not available in some way. Or they're perfect in every single way except this one little tiny thing, and that thing is a deal breaker. That's the test. Are you going to settle for almost perfect, or are you going to allow yourself to be patient? Because you're manifesting that 6 of Cups soulmate. You want something stable. You want something grounded. And something stable and grounded never comes from being rushed. And if you're manifesting for the sake of having companionship, then you're manifesting for the wrong reason. If you're manifesting a relationship for the sake of having companionship, you're manifesting for the wrong reason. If you're manifesting because you know that there is another perfect divine soul out there for you and you alone and nobody else, they're not taken, you're not taken, everything, all the stars were aligned, everything falls into place. If that's how you're manifesting, there you go. Right? You have to be very patient with yourself, and you have to remind yourself, Siri, I do this to myself all the time. Good things come with time, you know, and it's not about waiting for the perfect person. It's waiting for the perfect person for you. And sometimes that's going to be disguised in lessons too. So for some of you, like I know a person that met their soulmate, and that soulmate annoyed the hell out of them for months before they finally realized, oh wow, the annoyance was my problem, not theirs. They're actually a really amazing person. And things turned around. You see? So be patient with yourself, be patient with the universe. Good things come with time. And really enjoy yourself today. Let yourself ease into this week slowly. Don't be hard on yourself. This Saturn and Pluto conjunction, we're still feeling the effects of it. Like the effects aren't going to go away for a while. We're still going to feel sort of like it's fading away, but I guarantee you there's going to be some more breaking down of structures and stuff like that as we get further into closer to February. And yeah, don't forget that I am doing the astrology readings for work, career, purpose, and for love and relationship. So if you're interested in either one of those, I did restock the $30 one question readings. The workshop replays are still available, both of them each. They're $44 each, which is cheaper than a reading. And unless you get the one question reading, that's not cheaper than that, but it's cheaper than a regular 30-minute reading, and it's a 2-hour workshop. Each one of them are 2-hour workshops. I highly recommend both of them. I love you guys. I will be doing January readings. I know that everybody's asking that. I'm actually going to be doing January and February together. So be patient, kind with me while I get there. We are all dealing with our own stuff right now. So, and I'm having fun doing personal readings too. So get on the list to do that. And my intuition, my Neptune right now is in transit with a whole bunch of different stuff. So my intuition is off the charts. Like I can't even help it. Can't even help when I say things and they come true. Like I said something to a friend yesterday and an hour later she sent me the screenshot of like it coming true and I was like, shut up. I can't believe that just happened. So now is the time to get a reading with me, you guys, in the next couple of weeks. And actually probably January and February are going to be really good, especially during the Mercury retrograde. That'll be a good time too. So get yourself in. I love you. Bye.